some girl chat. That's how I like it.
So
now head over to The Real's Instagram page today and use the hashtag GirlChatLive to join in on our convo. And also don't forget that our Real reps are still calling away looking for one of you to talk to us live during Girl Chat today.
Yes.
So make sure to keep your phones charged. And best news ever, our girl 8 is back. We missed you.
Missed you. Not gonna lie. I had major FOMO yesterday. I was in New York City and I got to see you guys live, which I'm not gonna lie is so cool because we're live in New York. What's up, New York City? But I was watching the screen and I was like touching it like, I'll be back tomorrow. So blessed to be here.
We could feel your presence. We missed you.
Exactly.
But
No
now
place
that
like
we missed
home.
you. However, now that you're back, girl,
Yes.
we have to say a major congratulations because your new album, which upon its release, shot right to #1 on the Latin album.
Right? I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, if I talk about it, I will cry, so I'm not going to. But I'm telling you, like, I was in shock. I actually was in New York, and like, I actually found out that it went to #1 because a fan posted it. And I just started bawling for multiple reasons. Obviously, you guys, I've shared on the show, you know, my struggle with getting back to music. And just to see how many people came out and came to support the album just meant so much to me. And it's not just about me, but that it was for a greater cause, which is to give back to Puerto Rico. And for me, like having that support and hearing people be like, this sounds like my childhood Christmas, like this not just me, and that we're spreading that culture just meant so much to me. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for making my dreams come true. Like, ever since I was a little girl, I literally would say like, all I want, like, I grew up listening to Celia Cruz, La Lupe, La India. Like, that's the music I grew up listening to, Selena. And to be able to have a #1 Latin album is such a big deal.
Oh, you
like, that is a dream come true.
We're so proud of you.
I'm like, look, somebody liked my voice, praise the Lord. But
And this is your first time out.
This is your first solo
ever
album.
solo, exactly. I've never sung by
Amazing.
myself. I've always done
the
solo.
whole
So dope.
Congratulations.
I literally got to participate. I got to see them, so it was so awesome. And I'm really excited to tell you guys about this. I'm not the only one at this table who hit #1 over the weekend. Tamara, we just want to give you the biggest shout out. You were named the #1 TV personality.
Crazy.
Guys, she's the #1 TV personality in Hollywood Reporter's social media ranking.
What the hell? I had no idea, you guys, that even existed.
Yes.
Actually, our producer is the one who texted me and was like, hey, did you know? It was like 3 weeks ago. Hey, did you know you were #8? And I was like, what? Oh my God. I love it.
Fine.
Yes. And then it was #4, and then it was #1. You guys, my blog is like my baby. I absolutely love it. I put my heart and soul into it. I wanted to create a community. We need it more than ever now about just positivity. I wanted to encourage and to inspire not only moms, but people. So to see that you guys resonated with that, it made me so grateful, so thankful, and I'm thinking about it all the time. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, how can I elevate? How can I make it, even greater? I'm gonna add like videos. I'm gonna, So anyways, thank you.
So awesome.
I
think about everybody, so thank you.
Well, I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank
we
you.
also want to, speaking of being recognized, yesterday it was announced that The Real has once again been nominated for an NAACP Image Award.
This is amazing.
It's amazing. We were nominated in the Outstanding Talk Series catalog, and we're so excited and humbled that they recognized our show again. We really try hard to...
Oh, don't cry.
No, this is real. God is so good, you
I know,
guys.
you guys.
God is so good to us.
We try so hard to show a positive light for people of color, and we try to be inclusive and to be recognized.
I did not want to cry, dang
I
it.
know, I can't. What is happening? We're just really happy.
The #1 person that we have to thank. Honestly, the #1 person we have to thank for all of this is you guys. You
guys make this possible for us. All of it. I know it sounds dumb, but like even missing a day yesterday, like we never want to take for granted this platform that we have. We would never want to take for granted what an awesome show we have. What awesome fans we have that
Awesome
watch
fans.
and support. Like, we're so grateful. I think that's what you're seeing here today. We're just all like overwhelmed with gratitude.
And we work
So
really
thank you.
hard, but we want to give a shout out to everybody that's in our category.
Yes.
You have
Yes, great.
The View, you have Trevor Noah, you have Super Soul Sunday, and Jimmy Kimmel. That lets you know. So we're just, I'm just honored. I'm humbled by
So
it,
freaking
ladies.
happy, people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about to tell you.
We're happy.
I know,
These are tears of
geez.
joy.
So happy. Like, I don't know what
We're
to
just
do with
so
myself.
grateful. Don't know what
Okay.
to do with ourselves.
So let's start girl chat
Show
right
us.
now.
I can't take it.
Okay.
Trying to keep my lashes
Well,
up.
I know, our lashes may fall off. Well, all right, speaking of award shows, it's almost Oscar season. However, in the light of the numerous sexual assault and harassment claims plaguing Hollywood right now, a writer for the New York Post recently posed his solution to any awkwardness that might occur. He says, cancel the Oscars. Kyle Smith said, quote, instead of holding the Oscars, Hollywood should declare March 4th, 2018 a day of atonement and announce that every guilty person in the industry and every member of the industry who remains silent will be spending the weekend in quiet contemplation. So ladies, when it comes to the Oscars, do you think the show must go on or should it take a year off? Interesting.
I mean,
Yes.
one thing we ain't gonna let stop us. We ain't gonna let two things, terrorists and Hollywood predators. We're not gonna let that stop us. You know?
They can't spoil it for everybody else. There are people that have worked incredibly hard. Just imagine if this was the year that you could be nominated, that this was your one chance to be recognized at the Oscars, and this is the year they decide to take it off
It is
because of
so hard
certain
to
people
make
that have
a
done
movie,
something
guys.
wrong. Like, that's just unfair.
Yeah,
I
true.
feel like in every area in your life, there's gonna be a bad seed. There's gonna be multiple bad seeds that do terrible things, but you still have to recognize the people doing incredible work and great things.
Right.
Absolutely. I just ask one thing.
What?
Because unfortunately, a lot of these predators are just very successful and they're very talented. So just don't invite those people.
Yes.
Or just don't reward those type of people.
100%.
And go ahead.
No.
No. I think the Oscars should use this platform
Yep.
to actually own the mistakes, talk about how they're going to change it, because Hollywood actually is one of the biggest influencers of the world. So if people are looking at them, seeing that they're going to unite and say they're going to make a change, then maybe everyone else will too.
Yes.
And hold the people accountable for, like I said before.
Definitely.
What we're seeing happening right now is that one very uncomfortable light took years to shine upon one individual who then set the stage for voices to speak forward. I'm talking about Harvey Weinstein. So when that happened, and again, it took his own team to come and throw him down, you know? It took his team to take him down. And once that one uncomfortable light was shown, all of a sudden, people emerged and told their stories and felt comfortable to go and actually come out clean to say, this happened to me. Even 40 years ago, we shouldn't dismiss that it is embarrassing to come out and say that you were a victim, male or female.
Right.
And so, as uncomfortable as it is for that light to be shown, the second you quiet it is the second you shut somebody down and you let them live in their shame. It should be completely explosive, completely shown, and I think the Oscars should use that as a glow to emanate to people who need to step more forward.
I just want to emphasize, you guys, it's really hard to get a movie made in this industry. And there's so many people that are not the predators. They're just good folks, men, women, everybody that work hard. It took Jordan Peele for the movie Get Out. It took him 10 years to make that movie.
And it was a great movie.
Can you imagine if we skip the Oscars this year? And then it's like, okay, well, because it's not going to happen next year.
Yeah.
So, but I do think that, like, the host will be Jimmy Kimmel. He has said that he's not going to make light of the situation
As it
as far as
shouldn't be.
like making
Perfect.
jokes
It's not
about it
funny.
and things
Yeah,
like
it's not
that.
funny.
It's a way for it to be tastefully done. And I think that that's what they should work on. But we can't cancel the Oscars. We gonna keep going.
You know what I relate it to? Okay, so I relate the Oscars. It's a very glitzy, glamorous event, right? And it can be a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's full of actors. Everybody knows how to act poised and act like everything's cool. But I picture like church, right? And not the religious side of church. But church is a gathering of people who just come to be able to seek truth and light. And that just happens naturally through the Holy Spirit. So I wonder if the Oscars, everybody comes and that truth and light is guided by people just being honest about what happened, be honest about what they feel, whether they're with this, against this, this, or they just feel for their fellow Coastmates that have gone through this, all of a sudden the Holy Spirit will move in that room and it'll activate people to move and change as the world leaders that they are in our community.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, definitely. So we have to check it out, but it'll be an interesting year.
We love hearing what you guys have to say. So we have Delilah H. Fuentes, X said, no, that we shouldn't cancel the Oscars because people work hard for their success. It's not fair if we can't celebrate it because of a few choice people that don't know self-control.
Agreed, Delilah.
Right.
Yes.
Then somebody said, very similar to what Tam said, at Helen RR says, I don't think the Oscars should be canceled, but I think all of those who are suspects should be banned from the event. The other thing is, if some of them are suspects, they've been accused, but it hasn't, you know.
It hasn't been substantiated.
That becomes a questionable situation.
See,
right.
I say let there be light, man. Let God clean house. If you get called out, boo, that's on you. You should watch your actions.
With being
sorry.
With being called out.
Imagine that.
Do any of you guys worry that, like, when you say being called out, you technically, in a world of social media that we live in, you could call out anybody and claim that anyone is that. And the moment you put that label on that person, that stays forever. I hate to give this example, but like Usher, for instance, you know, like we saw on the blogs, oh, Usher has herpes, allegedly. We don't ever hear the allegedly on blogs, but you know, they say they put that out there, and now he has this stigma on him. Just recently, they said he was acquitted of all of that stuff. Did any of you hear that he was acquitted?
Well, I read the news. Well, that's like
that isn't blasted out there nearly as much as the negative stuff is. But it just sucks that if we look years from now and we look back, people are going to remember that story. So all I'm saying is sometimes we need to be careful with even jumping the bandwagon. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, yes, speak up. Absolutely, you should always speak up. But I think throwing that word of sexual harassment, I almost think people now think it's, sadly, they think it's funny. They sometimes can make a joke of it. Calling HR on you. You said I looked cute today. I think it's important that we actually give the victims that really are being victimized in this situation, that it's not becoming boy who cried wolf, where everyone is saying it to the point where no one believes anybody.
We need to have a conversation about it. That's why we need to, you know, have guidelines. That's why they have guidelines for certain things. That's why you have things like HR. You know, if you feel like something is happening, go to your HR department. That's the reason why they actually put in business that you have to have sexual harassment.
It's a very serious accusation, and you can't just throw it out there.
True, but what I do love what's happening in Hollywood right now is it was actually very secretive for a very long time. These people know, they knew what these people were doing for a very long time. And now they have a voice to be like, oh my God, did that happen to you? Yes, it happened to me.
But what's more important is that a lot of people that would not like do certain things, they also were punished because you didn't do a favor, or maybe because you weren't considered sexy, you didn't get a part, you didn't get a chance to get a part. So it's like all of this is going to change the way, you know, the industry is, because it should be based on your acting ability, your singing ability, your talent, not what you're doing sexually or whatever. So.
You know a lot about this. What would you say to somebody who think, like, what are the guidelines? Like, is there anything, like, I don't know.
You mean somebody who has been victimized?
Or they think they have, or the difference between a compliment and actually being, I think, in my case, this is just what I would do. I'm not an expert of any sort, but I think if someone said something to you that makes you feel uncomfortable, even something as simple as, hey girl, you look good today. Some might find that offensive, and that could make you feel uncomfortable. It seems innocent, but if it makes you feel uncomfortable, I think you should tell the person, hey, listen, even those compliments like that, I know you may mean them nicely, makes me feel uncomfortable. This is a work environment. Let's just keep it work. If they continue to do that, that to me is sexual harassment.
But most work environments have sexual harassment training, and that's why it's important to have that, to listen to it so that you understand the difference between a compliment and I'm trying to pick
some of these claims,
but you answered your own question.
Sense too.
Adrian, right.
At the end of the day, you have your own voice.
Right.
You have your own voice and you have your own sense of discernment, and your level of comfort is your boundary. The second that feels violated, you have to speak out to the perp first, definitely say something, and if it doesn't feel like you've gotten any connection, that person understood what you said, then you put yourself on guard and you just watch. If something else happens beyond that, you have to take it to a different sense of authority.
But that's the problem.
Always.
A lot of women were doing that, and then either nothing would happen, according to their stories, or they wouldn't get that role. They wouldn't get the role, they wouldn't get advanced or something like that. That's the most important part, that part has to change. We have to change the mind of the predator so that they can't do this to women.
But that starts
of the predator.
Right.
Yeah.
The
They don't have
power
any
of the
more
predator.
power.
That's good.
They're
the power
gone.
of the predator.
Peace out.
We're gonna dispel that power
Yeah,
of the
you
predator.
take them out.
Okay.
You take them out of that power, they can't do that. If
Amen.
they're not in that position to make those decisions, they can't do that.
Exactly.